Even though this year is almost over, we got to remember the basics. What did we understand? What did we learn from this year? You know what I learned? Good evening, my people. I really like how it pops up and it switches and slides. Like, I think that's actually really, really dope. Let me scoot a little closer because we about to have a good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, my people. It is your boy Keyshawn. You can call me Sean, you can call me Don, wherever you would like to call me. But we are gonna get right into it because you are involved in a nice, good stream, and the stream brings on nice, specific details. Attention to details because we require and acquire things of none. Is that a good word to say? Of none. Of good nature. That's what it is. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. So I ended up saying it. So I want to thank you, actually, for joining my stream, being a part of the stream, actually going along with the journey because the journey is actually very wide, very broad, and very, very long. So I honestly appreciate you for being here. You don't have to watch my stream. You don't have to watch me do what I do, and you don't have to be along for the journey. But you decided to be here, and I'm appreciative that you actually stayed along for even this long. This is 3 minutes. I caught your attention for 3 minutes. Oh my goodness! Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real. I have the privilege to have you along with me. So I want to give as much value to you as possible. I want to give you guys as much as what you can see that's coming up from here. I am honestly looking for creators. I'm looking for people who are artistic, people who love to just design, people that love to draw, write, music, color, sales, marketing, business, the architecture of real estate, whatever you like to do. But as long as you love what you do, you sincerely love what you do, you put in time, put in effort, you are up while everybody else is sleeping because you just want this as bad as you do. And that's the people that I like to bring my circle around. That's the people who I adjust to because I'm up. I would rather literally wake up and go and stream and go and code and go and learn. And I'm up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning learning a learning some type of code, like utilizing something. I'm up. Probably got 4 hours of sleep. I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm trying to get up in the morning because I'm so tired, but I can't tell myself I'm tired. I gotta get up and I gotta move because I got some stuff I gotta do. I got motions I gotta make. I got things I gotta adapt to, evolve, connect, keep connecting because the destination will get there. We're gonna get there. So, sniffles, giggles. It is more so because of Texas. Texas is different when it comes to this weather. I'm born and raised from Lancaster, California, Antelope Valley, Lancaster High School. Whoop. Here, Texas, different. One word, different. Long, pause, different. Um, but even the fact that with this long space, it's too much. but not enough because there's so much space out here that is too much in one area. It's just a lot in one area, but it's not enough in other areas. Because Texas is so big and so broad, dude. Like it takes me 30 minutes to get to work at home, but I only drive 12 miles. Sometimes it could be traffic, but sometimes it could just be like Texas just is long, dude. It's long, and then the weather here is weird. One day it's hot, and the next day it's cold. One day it's raining, and the next day it's not a cloud in the sky. It's super sunny. It's 85 degrees outside. Like I don't get it. Then the next day, right after that, it's thundering. Like I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I don't never know what weather to do. I have 2 tabs of allergy medication that I have to take, and if I don't take that, I'm sneezing. I'm sneezing like galore. Chill, chill, everywhere I go. So I can't. Yeah. The allergy season out here is terrible. The pollution is crazy here. But let me get down to the nitty and gritty, man. I have been in web design for the last 3.5 years. I have built a lot of websites through website builders like Wix, Shopify, Webflow, Framer, doing little trinkets here and there. Um, what drove me into web development, truly within web design, I was very interested in fonts and everything, but I was more so looking for the money aspect of things. So I did a lot of jobs that required money. Like I just wanted money. I wasn't really looking for the opportunity to capitalize on something. I just was really looking for money, and the I ended up getting the job. And at that job, I realized I was like, I don't think this is something I'm really interested in. Like, I want to see how this goes. I, I'm already at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. If I got your attention for this long, I appreciate you. Still, yet again. Um, but I got a call from um, this guy. He was looking to build a website for his uncle. His uncle happened to be an ice cream driver or an ice cream delivery man, right? Or ice cream truck man. And I got to meet him. I talked with him, got some conversations out of him. We look forward to doing the website. At first, I told him 200, but then I was like, dude, I really want to build him a really nice website. So that was my fault because I didn't do any rundowns of building any website. It was the first client I ever had. Really, first client. I've been building websites, but I didn't have any clients. So I'm gonna just say that. So I ended up giving him I gave him a wireframe probably like a month later, but it was written in a book, right? And this framer, this wireframe that I made, I was doing it through Figma, but I wanted to give him the landscape of what the wireframe would look like, and I didn't have the Figma done at the time because I'm still trying to dissect everything and trying to get everything developed. And yes, of course, I failed out of that one because of my stupidity of telling the man, like, all right, so I wanted to do this type of payment, right? 200. But then after I really start like constructing everything and really start dissecting everything and the time measurements it took me to complete everything, I was working long hours. I was really slaving, like really trying to get it done. Um, but as I'm trying to get it done, I'm still looking up other courses, still looking up other stuff. So I'm not really completely honed in. So yes, on my part, ripping him off. Shouldn't have been doing that. And then from the jump, you just need to be honest. You need to be blunt with him. Hey, I'm a new guy. I don't know really. I don't really know what I'm doing as much as I do as I think I know. So if you want to be, if you want the website, I can definitely do it for you, just like this, you know. But just be transparent with them. And I think if I would have been more honest, more open about it, I would have definitely kept that client, but ended up selling the website. But through my stupidity and the things that I did, I didn't end up I didn't end up getting that. So hey, some things happened, some things didn't work out, but man, bro, like I'm not really too sure what I really want to do, man. Came across this course on Skillshare. Can't remember the course teacher's name, but I remember him doing a course on HTML and CSS. HTML is hypertext markup language. This is what you would use for your content on your websites. Your websites are based upon um, content based, information. So you can be able to look up all the stuff on the website, right? CSS is your styling, it's your cascading style sheets. Those are what you use to style the websites, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer, and I want to just take 10 minutes of your time and explain to you exactly what it is that drove me into what did I call my passion. HTML and CSS, I got to actually do one HTML element. I got to create my elements down, and I also got to style them. So I got to see what it was like to create different font styles, and also like changing the color, underlining it, crossing it out, actually seeing what it was like, changing and making this form and putting this word into it, creating forms, creating like the different elements that you could use, links, um, paragraphs, headers, all this different stuff. It was just like, wow. I was looking at it, I was like, dang, that's really cool. I was hooked ever since. And so I started reading. The first book I ever got, like, to learn about it was John Duckett's book of HTML CSS building front end front end websites, basically. So um, when I started really getting adjusted into it, man, bro, I was like baffled because the things that you can do with this thing is amazing, yo. And I'm gonna show you 10 minutes of your time, and I could take just a little grasp of the little things that I've learned and been able to take in. So I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. Let me see. Mouse, where you at? Right here. 10 minutes of your time. Let's see the clock. 10 minutes. Come here. Oh, oh my goodness. Still learning. Still learning. It's gonna get there. I actually just switched my scenes, so I was used to clicking over to that one. We still working. Work in progress. Work in progress. We're gonna get there. Okay, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes of your time. I actually transitioned from Twitch to OBS Studio because Twitch it kept turning off my streams, and like I would be in midstream and it would just shut off my stream and stop recording. So I stopped using it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's all I need. 10 minutes of your time. If you would like to succeed more, I'm gonna, more than likely you will. You're gonna see a little bit of what I do, right? So, boom. We're gonna bring over these few little websites, right? These are called headers, right? So these websites that we're bringing over here, this is what we're going to be working on. So if you know who Leon Noel is, which more than likely you probably may not, Leon Noel is a great teacher, man. He is so cool, so real, so blunt, so honest, so straightforward. Um, he is going and teaching minorities how to code and learn software development or software engineering, as he calls it. We call it software engineering and web development. So he's teaching people how to learn how to code through these three main languages, which is what I just told you: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You use these on the front end side, which is front end. Think of this front end as the thing that you see. That is what you see on the computer. You see this layout, a front end developer made this, right? And then you got back end developers. The back end developers. So I'm gonna use this example, right? We're gonna use a pop up Google, right? So let's come and bring him over here. Pop up Google real quick, right? So Google has their own little header, right? Before you go and search up things on what you would call this is an input. So you can go in, search up things, and you can see how this shows up whatever you're looking at, right? Cool. So you could go back here and add, oh, that, my good friends, is where I set in stone. I reign supreme. This is what you would call the developer tools, the developer logs, or developer tools. That's mostly what you call them, developer tools, or inspect. This is what you inspect, the developer tools. So right here, this is the HTML. This is what you see on the front page. This is the content of the page. This is your CSS right here. And then more than likely down in your console, you can use DOMs, which is a document object model. All these words are gonna fly over your head because it took me a long time to adjust to do it too. So the console, you can come in here and you can use JavaScript. So you can create variables, right? I don't want to, oh, well, I can do it like this. Add variable. I'm going to assign a variable to blue, right? Blue is equal to red, right? Or, oh, did I get that wrong? Still learning. Did I get that wrong? Okay, variable blue, let me see, is equal to red. Oh, did I get that wrong? There we go. Was it because I was adding the semicolon? Could have been because of that. Console log blue. Blue would equal 1. So I'm still getting adjusted to it, still learning it, but that's a little bit of something that JavaScript is a lot of math, yo. Lot of math. Lot of math. I realize why I'm taking college algebra. It's ridiculous. But to go back to what we're doing, right? So this is just the little concepts of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to start off building this, right? So we're going to use Khan Academy's little like header layout, right? So this has a menu, right? This is more than likely you could say either a navigation menu, right? So they have the courses drop down, they have the search bar, they have logo, donate, login, sign up, right? You can say that that's probably a square in itself, right? This right here is probably two sections floated right next to each other. So it just looks side by side, right? This is a section, right? This could more than likely be a header. I mean, this is a header right here. That's H1. Your H1 is your main header. That's the most important header on the page. That's your important font size on the page, because that's going to be the first thing that people see when they look onto your page. What do you represent? What am I looking at? Who am I meeting? What is this company? What is this program? Who is Khan Academy? Right? Rubbing my eyes because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but it is what it is. Then this is a paragraph, right? That's a paragraph element. Then you have your probably another navigation element, right? And then this is another section. So we're gonna start off nice and slow, straight to the point. We're gonna use get. Get is what we use is called. It's more than likely a command line interface. My developers would definitely get my head for that, but it's a command line interface, right? So this command line interface is what you would use to store your code basically. So it stores it in a file, and this file you could use Git. Git is a type of source that you use for storing all of the code that you're going to be obtaining into what we have GitHub. GitHub takes these screenshots, right, of what you have had in your code, and it builds upon it over time. So you save more code, and it's like looking at the things that you have done over time. What has been logged in, what has been added, what has been taken out, what is like it allows you to add comments and everything. It's pretty dope. And this is where you start really getting into the matrix mode of the computer. Like computers are really, really dope. Um, so we're gonna try a little something, right? So we're gonna make a directory. So I can type in a keyword. These keywords allow me, or the interpreter of the computer, to read what I'm telling it, so it can give me back the information that what I'm asking for, right? So make directory. I can do that, but I have a specific directory where I have my files sent to. Where directories, this is just places that you have your files in, right? This is just the main directory, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send us over to that directory, right? Oh, let me do that again. Oh, my gosh. Two. Clear, clear, clear. We tried it again. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe I just messed that up. All right. So look, CD1 try. Don't mess it up again. Okay. Desktop. Boom. Now we're changing over the directories. So I have a specific directory that I have most of my stuff already in, right? So I have it in my repos. My repositories are where I have it. I have my code saved onto GitHub. So I have a lot of codes. I have a lot of projects that I have that I'm getting to. So we're gonna be seeing a lot about that, and also working on the projects too. We're gonna be seeing about open sources and everything. So we're gonna be adapting to everything that's gonna be going on. So we're gonna make a directory inside of here, and we're going to see what it's like to build upon the coding access, right? We're going to make a directory. This directory is going to say Khan Academy, right? Now we made a directory, right? 10 minutes. Do I got 10 more minutes of your time? If you stayed along this far, It's not going back now. I'm just saying. 10 minutes? 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is good. 10 minutes. It's gonna be 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10. I got 10. I got 10. Oh, I got 10. Okay. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Boom. All right. I'm gonna make it fast, quick, and in a hurry. All right. So look, we got the make directory. We already made a directory. We built a directory for our files to line up into. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna change into that directory. Right? So now that we're changed into the directory, now I'm actually in the directory. I'm in the set of files. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a index HTML file. These are where all your content, what I said, you remember hypertext markup language? You know, I've been learning this thing. Leon Noel, 100 Devs, has been teaching about active recall. He put me on the Barbara Oakley's Learning How to Learn, and I have never looked back. Like, I use active recall with everything. Everything. I don't even study no more. I don't, well, of course I'll study, but I don't take notes anymore because all my notes are like flashcards. So I ask myself a question. Prime example. Before I get too far deep, define programming. Programming is a set of steps, right? The steps that a computer would take in order to basically build on itself. So it takes these steps, right? And then what it says, define programming. Programming is simply the process of writing the steps a computer needs to take to complete a task. Complete a certain task. Programming language is sort of like a bridge, like we use to facilitate communications between computers and people, right? So you just seen that. I just told you what it was, but I can do a little bit more, add a little bit more, but I'm retaining this information for a longer period of time. There's a study that, like, I'm gonna get this study, but we're gonna come back to this, right? We're gonna come back to this, but right now I'm in a hurry. So now that we're in Khan Academy, so what we're gonna do is we're going to add a an index HTML file. So the keyword to add is touch index HTML. So now since we have added our index HTML code, what we're going to do is now let's go and pop up our IDE. The IDE that I use is Visual Studio Code, which many people, they use many different other IDEs. I find it easier to use this one, right? So with the keyword to look up your IDE, code, period, enter. Sweetest mama's cornbread. That's the first thing I could think about. So as we got our index HTML in our files, now you see it. Khan Academy HTML, right? So what we can do is we can give out the basis of what we're supposed to start off with. So the basis, what we can start off with, command space, and this is going to give me the region and the end region of the layout, basically. But that's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on the second thing. It's called HTML sample. So this is going to give me the layout of just what the template will look like, and it's like starter code, right, to build upon. So this right here uploads through, it's basically a document type. And as I build upon this code is going to save over time, right? Remember how I was talking about Git and snapshots? That's exactly what it is. And you're basically like a surgeon, and you're creating this baby. You're taking this baby out of the womb, and you're bringing it into adult, into a very old man, right? That's with time, consistency, and putting the passion to the pudding. So that's what we're doing. And then what we're going to be doing, I'm going to add this up here, right? And we're going to be using a lot of this bad boy right here, right? We're going to be using a lot of this one. So we can give a little basic rundown of what the generative pre-trained transformer, OpenAI artificial intelligence. You may not have heard it, you have heard it now. This right here is my swag. This right here is so evolutionary, it is impossible for people not to understand what this is, what its capabilities are, because you could do so many different things. I've seen this thing literally write a whole book, literally a 200-page book. It has written it, and it written it to preciseness, and that's mostly people are doing that. They're doing so many different things with this thing, with OpenAI, and there's more with even like Bard and Gemini and even Microsoft. Not is it Microsoft? Well, yeah, I want to talk about Copilot. So Microsoft Bing, right? They have Copilot. It's oh my goodness, it's just so impressive what this thing can do. I'm gonna give a prime example. So I made this. Hey chat, you are a software engineer professional. Your task is to give as much information on the skills and abilities of knowing as much information about the career and its aspects to its students. Your tone of voice is communicative, simple, and easy, but I made it with a little twist. You are a social media icon and you love to use, or you love to talk to people in slang from what you learned on TikTok. Watch. Hey there, fam. Hey there, fam. So you're interested in diving into the world of software engineering, huh? Let's break it down for you in a way that's easy to vibe with. First off, being a software engineer is like being a digital wizard. You're the one who crafts all those cool apps, websites, and software that we can't live without. It's all about turning ideas into reality using your coding superpowers. Now, when it comes to skills, you got to be sharp with your coding game. Languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, C++ are your bread and butter. But it's not just about knowing the languages. You got to know how to use them, solve problems, and build dope stuff. Like, think about that. Like, that's pretty cool. It could take a little prompt and it can create a whole human conversation. I think that's there's more that you can do with this thing. You could create math problems, solutions. You can code with this thing. Like it's crazy, yo. And there's more that's going to be able to adapt with this thing. Me personally, I don't recommend using it for like schoolwork and like testing all that stuff. I would require you to do all that stuff on your own. A lot of the times, ChatGPT can make mistakes, so not all answers are correct. So be wise on how you guys use it. But I kind of threw this little nitpick in there just to teach about what IDEs are, right? The IDEs, the integrated development environments, which is what you see, the Visual Studio. That's where developers go and we use to, build our code. Yo, listen, squad. Let me drop some knowledge on why Visual Studio Code is bomb diggity when it comes to IDEs. First off, Visual Studio is like a Swiss Army knife of coding tools. It's lightweight, fast, and packed with features that's making your code like a like a breeze. Whether you're slinging code in Python, JavaScript, or any other language, Visual Studio Code got your back. One one of the sickest things about Visual Studio is its insane customization option. You can tweak it to fit your coding style like a glove. After 10 minutes, you can tweak it to fit your coding style like a glove. Like a glove. No OJ. Let that sink in. But I already took up too much of your guys' time, man. We've been running and on the roll for the last 36 minutes. So I want to end this off on a good note and bring you guys off to a good close, man. So thank you once again for joining along within this journey, man. We got some more impactful things that we're going to be unlocking with ChatGPT and also within HTML and CSS. And we're going to be adapting and learning with JavaScript, different frameworks, different libraries. Frameworks are what developers use in order to kind of like take from a developer, right? This developer had made this type of layout, and there are other developers who can come and they can take it and they could use it to their websites or their layouts, right? It's not really, you don't want to take people's code, but you want to you kind of want to just, you know, just will it out. Be like, all right, so this, I see this idea, but I can make it like this, or I can do it like this, I can do it like this, like this, like this, right? And it makes it easier for you to kind of build more websites more efficiently, more faster, right? Um, Mind the sniffles and the giggles. Texas, too, uh, is more so the fact that libraries are for like React, Angular. It's like you're using a computer programming language, and that language has its own. It can be redirected in certain languages to make it easier to be adaptable without using a whole bunch of different code. So that is why most people they use either frameworks or libraries to make it easier for them to provide less code to get what they want, right? So a lot of what we're going to be learning, we're going to be obtaining. I'm a tech dude. You're going to see a lot of this, right? You're going to see a lot of me building stuff, creating things. Also, um, I I'm into building computers. I'm into IT. Like that's my thing. That's my deal. That's my field. I really love the fact of what technology can do in the world. Technology is so incredible just by the phones that we use, the computers. Um, Even when you start breaking the stuff down, it's like down to the motherboard, the GPUs, the RAMs, um, the wires. I was thinking in my head, I was like, bro, the internet is a wire. It connects. It connects all around the world, bro. It's this long wire, bro. That is like, wow, bro. That's a lot of internet, bro. That's a lot. And some people have higher bandwidth than others. Like it's crazy. We're gonna get into progressive enhancement and everything, but like I said, took too much of your time. It is so much that's gonna be going on. We got so much more coming, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. If you guys want to like and subscribe, that is truly up to you. I'm just here along for the ride. As long as I can get 100 great people, 100 people that just really like my stuff or that we really could connect with one another, I'm great with that. I'd rather take that than a million followers who don't care about my content, who don't care about their life. I'd rather you come along with me, we join together, we build together. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. This is truly your dream, your reality, your things that you chase. These are the things that you want to create in your life. And if you want to be the best, you got to wake up and see yourself being the best. You got to look yourself in the mirror. You got to make sure that person that you look in the mirror, you like that person. You like the reflection that you're looking at. Be eager to wake up and chase your reality. Be eager to do the things that you want to do. You guys be smooth like water. Keep chasing reality. Please.